So now that we've talked to our fun friends and listened to a small boy tell us about monsters, we gotta go to Extra Op 29.
Let's get this.
We're gonna be Snake, and we need some C4. Let's get our... Let's see. Which one do we want? Let's go with our classic Tiger Stripe.
Stay out of the enemy's sight as you recover those supplies. And don't get lost.
Alright. Hey, do I have my Soliton radar? I do! It feels good to be playing this again, actually. It genuinely is a very nice feeling video game. I know I said this several times. Several times! But I think this is one of the more complete feeling Metal Gear games, and because of the mission structure, it's actually, you know, very nice to just... You can jump in and out of it at any time. Granted, yeah, it's a portable game. It's for the PSP, that's the point. But it's a thing that you don't realize how much it actually helps until you know, are recording it and playing through it once a week. Whoops! There we go, that's how we do that. Okay, so now we've technically completed the mission. But, if we go back through here, we'll be on the little beach from the prologue mission. Not the beach where we were slamming dudes. Different beach. The beach where we were shooting fruits. And
You see some sort of weird animal over by the pier?
I do. Look at that little guy. I don't have a scope. I do have my Mosin Nagant, so we can take a closer look. Look at that little guy. So he only shows up after you listen to all of Chico's tapes about monsters.
A talking cat.
Look at him! He's Trenya. He could take us to an island.
Rarer than a talking cat.
Huge monsters, meow.
Monsters. Sorry, kitty, but I'm no hunter.
I love him talking to the cat.
You're not exactly ordinary yourself. Not to be rude, but I've got things to do, so if you need someone to go monster hunting with you, find someone else.
A sales pitch, you say? Amazing stuff when you beat him.
Sounds perfect.
Oh no, he's making cat puns. I forgot about that. So yeah, this opens up a whole selection of extra side ops that is a Monster Hunter collaboration, and it's as insane as it sounds. You can do these 4-player, and they're some of the best stuff in the game, and some of the, like, most unique, bizarre content in any Metal Gear game. Do you remember I kind of pointed out when playing MGS4 that it's weird to have a game with so many guns and such little enemy variety, and that I actually liked Act 4, where you fight all the Gecko and Dwarf Gecko, because at least it's, you know, something different to shoot at. Well, now we got something really different to shoot at. Where are these? There we go, Hunting Quest. Rathalos. So, this is pretty funny, because later on in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, Rathalos would also make an appearance as a boss fight. So there's two games that exist that feature a snake and Rathalos. Isn't that weird?
You'll be facing some powerful opposition, but it's nothing you can't handle.
The illustrated Big Boss looks so cool in this, man. Yeah, I love the cutscenes in this game. I think I said it last time. I think I say it every recording session that I think I prefer the motion comics to traditional cutscenes. I think it just works a little better in terms of it feels stylistically more similar to Metal Gear Solid 1. So because of that, it just kind of feels, I don't know, it feels correct. We'll bring this down to rank 4. And then I guess I'll get a rocket launcher of some kind. Rank 3. This guy's not too difficult. Because again, this is the first first of the monsters. Yeah, there's another item here. Cookbook. Here it is. Cookbook. To Meat, a monthly cooking magazine wildly popular among would-be gourmet chefs. So this is like the magazine that you can put down and distract guards, but it distracts monsters. This is also the point in the game where I like to bring out the bandana. The bandana gives you infinite ammo, as it does in every other game, and it's just very useful for the Monster Hunter missions. The Monster Hunter missions unlock all sorts of stuff. Defeating the monsters gets you certain gear. You can break off their horns and cut off their tails like Monster Hunter. You can get special camos. Some of the most powerful weapons in the game come from this. So it's definitely worth doing these. And again, you can 4-player co-op them, so they're really fun. MGS1 is really interesting. Presentation is very filmic, but I wouldn't call it cinematic, not in a bad way. But MGS1, everything feels like trailers for films more than films themselves. Yeah, everything's a trailer shot. It's very interesting, yeah. I can see that, I can see that. No, I like the motion comic look. I feel like the characters really, don't get me wrong, I mean, this looks great, especially when you consider this was a PSP game. And there's a couple in-game cutscenes we'll see. But I don't know, I just like it. It just, stylistically, it feels more correct. Rathalos, King of the Skies. So from what I understand, these are straight up accurate ports of the monsters from the PSP Monster Hunter games, which I have played. So, yeah, no, it whoops. The way they look, the way they move, the way they obliterate me in 1 second. There we go. We'll put that down. Maybe he'll check it out. Put another one down. Oh. Now another thing that's over here is this, and if I grab a ration,
That's a barbecue spit. To stop roasting, press the action button one
It's a little dangerous, but you get the idea. You can cook your rations. It's a lot better to do that when you have some co-op partners. These are actually pretty hard, too. They're a little difficult to manage. Let's just blow them up. Oh, man. I think there's a certain number of the little monsters. I forget what these are called. These aren't joggies. They're Velociprey? Maybe? It's been a while. It's been a while since I've monster hunted. Let's just obliterate him. Unfortunately, you don't get any swords or anything. This would be a good game to have given you a sword. But, alas. No, we have to go bowgun style. Me and my friends did this together. I would spend as much time possible roasting rations while they did all the work. Sounds about right. So if you have a machine gun with, like, piercing damage like this, sometimes you can cut off the tail, which will get you an item. Oh, look! I did it. Excellent. So, yeah, it works just like Monster Hunter. There's now, an increased chance that I've gotten a rare drop. I don't have all the Monster Hunter items, actually. There's a slingshot that I don't have on this file. Oh. Let's get out of here. How do I use? And I want to use that as well? Oh, that soda does not replenish much sight. Whoops. Okay. Oh, you can see a ration over there. One of the little cats has decided to help me out. Help me out. Get it? Alright. No, I don't want to stun them. You can stun them, though. Let's just start mowing dudes down. Alright. Alright, time to get serious. So this gun absolutely shreds them. It's really, really good against the monsters. There's a lot of anti-monster weapons, which is really funny. Oh, we're out of ammunition. Oh no, I pressed the wrong button. I'm a little upset he didn't go for the cookbook, but Rathalos I remember being pretty aggressive. So that tracks. Hey, can you, like, just perish, please? This really is how it feels playing the heavy bowgun in Monster Hunter games. Yep. That's why I wanted to go with this, the single shot. Just to kind of, you know, show what these can be like. Before I come in with the, whoops, absolutely busted weapons. Oh, you little bastard. Okay, and you can see this does about 1 bar of damage each time. And what level is this? I don't know. I think they scale, too. The monsters scale in co-op, much like in Monster Hunter. Same for the tanks. But you get smacked around a lot regardless. It just happens. Oh. Oh, man. The frame rate also, even in the HD version, kind of tanks when he does that, huh? That's funny. Oh, this is fun. This is very fun and silly. Oops, sorry about that, cat. You'll be okay. He'll be alright. Why do the Monster Hunters not simply RPG the Rathalos? Are they stupid? It's true. Should have given Snake a little safari outfit with a round hat to wear for these missions. Well, you do get special camo. Because this game doesn't have Freak Show bosses, but it does have Monster Hunter bosses. And Snake, you know, when you stamina deplete a boss in MGS3, you get their camo. I believe when you stamina deplete, I think that's how you get it. One of these dudes, you can also get a camo patterned after them that has a special ability. And also it looks cool. So when he flies around like that, it's pretty funny because if I were to bring a lock-on missile of some kind, you can Stinger missile the Rathalos. It's very funny. This might be one of the greatest crossovers of all time, simply due to just how unhinged and out of pocket it is. You know, of all of the Capcom franchises to cross over with Metal Gear, I don't know, just Monster Hunter is not the one I would have thought. Of all the times, you know, even just like Konami and Capcom, I would think like Devil May Cry and Castlevania, you know, Silent Hill, Resident Evil, something like that would happen before Monster Hunter and Metal Gear. And yet here we are in the far-flung future of 2010, where this is a real thing. Alright. I'm getting about tired of this guy. We're bringing in the big guns next mission. All of the hunters being told by the Palico that he's got a really strong hunter on the way. Then Snake arrives holding an incomprehensible machination of war and death in his hands. Immediately explodes the Rathalos to tiny pieces, and the hunters just watching like GG stare. Yeah? Yeah, a little bit, huh? It can get sillier. It can definitely get sillier. Believe me. Oh. Oh, you can see we broke the wingtips there, which means we get... Well, it doesn't mean we get another item. It means we get a higher chance at getting an item. We did it. We felled the dragon.
Got it. Oh, you sure know how to bag the big ones, boss.
Yeah, we do. So I don't want to drive this point home too much, but again, the follow-ups to this game are going to be really awkward because, you know, we've got a silly cast of characters here and we've got these goofy bonus missions. Oh look, we got a new insignia. I guess that's the 50th monster I've hunted. You know, there's a lot of fun happening here. There's a lot of goofy good times. Those are not to last, and I feel like that's just a... there's this idea that, you know, I don't know, Metal Gear is like a higher level of art, you know, than a lot of other video game franchises, and that it of itself is not a video game franchise that does a lot of goofy things. But no, most of Metal Gear's history is being a video game franchise that does goofy things. So, I don't know. I prefer my Metal Gear games like this. Oh, yes, we got a stinky camo.
Survival.
I forget where from, but, yeah, we get a stinky poo-poo camo, like MGS3 and MGS4. But, we also get Rathalos camo. So, if we do the war cry with our little message menu, we can stop enemies from moving, much like Rathalos. Also, it looks cool. But we're going to go back to our battle with Helmet just because it's just going to make things easier. And let's demonstrate how you can absolutely obliterate these things. Kind of mean, kind of cursed, but that's okay. That's okay. We can be a bit of a monster ourselves. Are we the who is the real monster? Is it the large prehistoric creatures terrorizing the land, or is it man? No, I'm pretty sure it's the dinosaurs. I'm pretty sure they're the monsters. Just thinking about how slamming Rathalos in the middle of that Africa level would have made it at least not a parking lot. Yeah, there's plenty of space. They could have just dropped some monsters in that. Need Snake to have his own ocelot motion when he does the Rathalos cry. Yeah. This is a neat little area, too. I think it just aesthetically is very cool looking. But again, I love a tropical beach. Look, it's this thing! Absolute power. Tigrex, or maybe Tigrex. I've heard both. I think Tigrex makes more sense, because, like, a tiger is an animal. But that's getting into Nutella, Nutella territory, and I'm not gonna sit in the Jeep and tell you about the English language yet. That's a chompy boy. Alright, so here's a lock-on missile.
The Tigrex.
See, he says Tigrex, which is what I've always thought, because it's like a tiger. Oh yeah, he does that move. He also does his big tail whip, which has a gigantic hitbox. It's kind of funny. You would think that this wouldn't work because Metal Gear is more of like an action shooter in its combat. Obviously, it is at its core a stealth game, but combat-wise, action shooter. And, you know, Monster Hunter is like a sword game, but here's the thing, in Monster Hunter, you kind of, like... It's not like Devil May Cry, you know? You're not very agile, you kind of, saunter about like a big lumbering butthole. So it kind of works, actually. It weirdly works pretty well until, you know, he pins us up against the wall and I can't get through his wing. This is the KAW, by the way. Automatic shotgun. The first day that the HD version of this came out, I went and I played the online mode with that shotgun, and a guy over voice chat was not happy with me and said that I was hacking and that everyone should report me because I have a glitched shotgun and the shotgun doesn't fire that fast and it only has a certain number of bullets. And the game just came out and it's a shame that there's already hackers. And I'm over here with my like 300-hour transfarred PSP save file just like... Yeah, I think I'm not going to play online games anymore. Like, this is absolutely a busted weapon, but I mean, I unlocked it. They gave it to me. Anytime I've played the online mode of this game, it's some literal child over the, you know, having to blast their voice over the mic and just having the most absurd takes and, like, bad humor that I've ever heard. It wasn't a very pleasant experience, which is a shame because it's a very fun game to play. It's just, oh man. My thing with online games is never play with randos, ever. Hi. So you might notice the blue circles that pop up when we roll into the little dudes here. You can you can knock them out. And you can knock them out by, you know, all the ways you would normally knock dudes out. We'll get into that soon. Don't you worry. This is probably my favorite weapon in the game. This or the, oh, big boy here. And again, you know, I said early on, I'm not the biggest fan of all of the... Can you chill? The RPG mechanics, in the sense that, you know... Rather than being... Alright, we're not reloading that. Rather than being a utility, each gun is like a series of stats. I don't like gun games where the guns are stats. I like gun games where the guns are utility. You know, I vastly prefer the MGS 1, 2, and 3 method of doing things. More so 1 and 3 than 2. Because 2 doesn't even give you anything to shoot at. But... the problem of not having things to shoot at, and the problem of, like, these gigantic guns with all of these numbers, is solved by having these goofy Monster Hunter missions. Because now I have something that is way more mobile than anything you fight normally. Way more health, way more dangerous. My auto shotgun that would just shred through any normal enemy in the game is just kind of, like, okay here. It's nice to have. Takes out these dudes pretty handily. I need my supply marker. Alright, well.
They've okayed the request for support. They're sending out a cardboard box as we speak.
Please get off of my items, sir. That voice clip. Nope, that one, that's the one I want. Yes, this is why... Oh, jeez. There we go. This is why... What good would a chaff grenade do me against this thing? That's why the bandana can come in handy. So you don't have to call for those. And we did it! As in one more type of monster. Of course, these two were from Monster Hunter. But there's an original monster created for this game, which is pretty cool, and that's the one we're going to fight next. You unlock the gun that shoots the cutscenes, press to skip. Yeah, okay. Every pickup match of online games always will be, yeah. Yeah. Just anytime you just go to play, you're like, oh, this game's fun. Let me see what the community is like. Let me see what the other people play. Oh, they're going to be very loud and very wrong. I'll engage with a mechanic of the game, and they'll call it hacking. And you're like, oh my god. Anyway, Gear Rex.
This is a high-risk mission. You'll be facing some powerful opposition, but it's nothing you can't handle. Believe in yourself.
Oh look! Hey! It's just like MGS1, where he's telling us if we can believe, we can achieve, and we can succeed. So Gear Rex, anyway. Gear Rex is an original monster created specifically for this game. Speaking of a gun that shoots the cutscenes, we can skip that this time. And it's going to look pretty familiar, and some of its attacks are going to look pretty familiar. I like Gear Rex quite a bit. It's one of those things where I'm curious. You know how you have Kratos and Soul Calibur, and then the next game, Lizard Man has Kratos' moves, and it's like, oh, I guess Namco owns those animations? I would have thought Sony owned them because of, you know, because they're Kratos animations, but I guess Namco could just use them. Who the hell owns Gear Rex? Because it's clearly a Monster Hunter creature. But it's clearly just, what if Metal Gear Rex was an actual dinosaur? And it rules. It's like such a sick design. Also, that's not its tail. That's just a weird appendage that it has. It does have a regular tail as well. So this thing's really cool.
Is this even real?
I like it. Look, he gets all stompy. Look, he fires things off of his back. Because Rex had the little missile pod. And he can detonate them with a mighty roar. It's also got big heel talons like Rex's little heels. And it does that. It shoots a blood laser from that weird appendage that I don't know what is. No one knows what that is. It's just a weird appendage. I think he's got like a blue interior of his mouth too. That just kind of helps make it look a little otherworldly, and like the chin being so bony. It's cool. It's really funny. Now, remember, this is in the game. So that means that this is canonical. people think, and that's a mistake, people think that they know where the design of Rex comes from. No, it actually comes from this. Otacon found the Patriots' secret files that they tried to suppress. And it had, you know, information about a legendary soldier fighting against this beast. And Otacon was like, oh man, that's pretty kick-ass. I should make a robot version of that. I am, like, very curious if we ever could see Gear Rex again in the future. Again, Konami and Capcom both had awkward phases in the 2010s. I feel like they're, for the most part, back on track now. I would like to see Gear Rex return, and I would like to see, you know, give me, like, a Gear Rex versus Metal Gear Rex. You know, like a Godzilla versus Mecha Godzilla. They did that with some of the wackier VR missions. There was the Gerlugon, and there was the Ginola, and there was Mecha Ginola. You know, they're not adverse to kaiju being referenced in their games. So, yeah, give us some kind of a return to this, because I think it's pretty cool. Now, the other part of this crossover did involve letting you get this armor we have now for Snake in Monster Hunter 3 Portable? Tri-Portable? I can't remember all the names of all the games, but yeah, you could get the Snake armor for female hunters, you could get the boss with a completely unique original model, and you could dress up your little cat like Solid Snake. All kinds of goofy stuff. Really wish we got more freaks like this and Big Mouth. Well, that's like one of the first times I've heard Big Mouth from Metal Gear Survive referenced by anyone other than myself. And yeah, Big Mouth was kind of similar to this in a lot of ways. And yeah, I agree. I agree. I like fighting weird stuff in Metal Gear games. Alright, so there's other versions of these as well. Basically, the hard mode versions.
This is a high-risk mission.
And let's go to our briefing files. Because now, Chico has stuff to say about all of these fun little freaks.
Chico, I
Hi,
met
hello.
that talking cat.
The legendary Trenya? Really?
Really?
Yeah, that's what it called itself. Is it famous?
In certain circles, yeah.
I'm still having trouble believing it. I never thought I'd be talking to an animal.
May I
one
ask
day.
your favorite animes?
What
Well,
world.
my favorite anime
Angels
is
understand
Senki Zesho Symphogear.
language.
Picking up the local lingo.
And
basics
we're
of
going to get a
intelligence.
Nanamizuki song a little later in this game, which
Hey!
there's a bit of a
Say something in Trenya's
continuous
language,
thread
will
there.
you?
Meow. Meow. Meow, meow, meow.
That's probably my
Wow.
favorite, but I like a lot of
I have
classic
no
stuff too.
idea what you're saying.
He has no
Of
idea
course
what
you
we're
would.
saying.
So what did Trenya say?
We just
It
meowed
said it would
awkwardly.
take me to that island you talked about.
Really? Oh, take me too, boss, please, please!
I know you must be excited. but we
Speaking
don't
of
know what's
anime,
out
I
there.
see Corin
Could
saying
be
as an
dangerous.
animation
I'll figure it
aficionado,
out
we need less
first.
things like Big Mouth. There's a monster in
fair.
Metal Gear
Come
Survive
on,
called
Chico.
Big Mouth.
This isn't as cut and dry as you
We're not
think.
talking about that
You come
Netflix
next
thing.
time, depending on what I find. I'll take some photos if I get the chance. Sorry, kid, but that's life.
Anyway, he's interested in that cat. And there's more cats.
Apparently, there are other cats that talk besides Trenya on Isla del Monstruo.
There's more of them.
Yep, they're called the felines. But supposedly they don't ever come to Costa Rica. You should try talking to them if you spot them. Who knows what kind of stuff they have to say?
Yeah, just when you think things can't get any crazier.
Also, the felines are nice to humans. So you be sure and be nice back. Don't you go attacking them or anything.
Listen,
I would never hurt a defenseless little kitty.
Forgot he said that. I was aiming at the big monster, but you know, things happened, kid.
I used to have this book full of pirate lore. It had the story about Rathalos, king of the skies. Most accounts describe it as a dragon with wings, or a wyvern.
A wyvern? A two-legged dragon? Vlad the Impaler's coat of arms had one on it.
Yeah, and he was a model for Count Dracula.
Oh.
There are reports of ships being attacked
Hey.
out in the middle of the ocean. So Rathalos must be able to fly great distances. And what's more, Rathalos is said to breathe fire.
Breathe fire?
Oh,
An
we're not going
animal
to get
like that can't possibly be
what,
real.
have you overcome your
Talking
fear of
about a
Dracula,
monster,
Snake?
Forget what you think you know.
Ah, I'm surprised he didn't recoil in horror at the Dracula mention.
Tigrex is a flying dragon just like Rathalos. But it's good at moving around on land too. It can blast you with rocks from a distance or rush at you with incredible speed.
People have seen it on land?
See, it's said that these two lady pirates, Anne and Mary, visited Isla del Monstruo. It was there that they did battle with Tigrex.
Anne was quite a marksman, wasn't she?
Must have been a heck of a battle. I wish I'd been there.
You know, I'm not so bad with guns myself.
I've already seen how good you are. Anne and Mary also saw little dinosaurs running around the island.
Velocipres?
Yup. As you'd expect, they're very nimble, but no match for a firearm. You wouldn't want to get surrounded by them, though.
I'll bet. Nobody wants to be outnumbered in battle.
Right. Your best move would be to make sure they cannot encircle you.
Well, stealth is the basis of all solo sneaking missions. While it makes battle tougher, working alone has its advantages when it comes to infiltration.
Yeah, but we can
That's
party
what
up with
makes you the
friends
boss,
and
boss.
blow up the
You don't
monsters
need any
faster.
advice from me.
Not bad for an old-timer, eh, Chico?
Nope. Still, be careful.
Take the unused Phantom Pain Chico design and put it in a Monster Hunter game and hand wave it as him recovering in a Monster Hunter Games DLC. I mean, that's what happened with Heihachi. That's why he was in Soul Calibur, right? When he got blown up at the end of Tekken 4, you know, and Heihachi Mishima is dead. He was, in his mind, he was traveling through the world of Soul Calibur, becoming stronger.
Have you heard the legend about the dinosaur that came back to life as a zombie and attacked people?
Zombie? You mean the living dead?
Yeah. Dinosaurs may be extinct, but technically it would be possible for one to come back to life as a zombie.
Not so fast. Dinosaurs were real. Zombies, not so much.
About that.
What are you talking
About
boss?
that.
Zombies have been used as slaves on Haitian plantations for years. In Haiti, they've handed down a secret zombie powder for generations.
Really?
People from long ago must have used that same stuff on dinosaur remains.
But dinosaurs had been extinct for millions of years before the first humans.
That hypothesis has to be wrong. In any case, this zombie was incredibly powerful.
That's wrong
His
anyway.
name was Killer
Zombie
Rex.
dinosaurs, boss.
They say nothing could kill it. Some say his bodily fluids would burn right through your flesh. Then the spines that fell off his back would impale you. The pain made even worse by the deafening roar rattling every bone in your body.
You sure it wasn't just some really strong monster? Who knows what kind of dinosaurs were out there? We could be talking about something strong enough to resist small arms fire.
Are you afraid of zombies, boss?
No, I just find the whole thing hard to believe.
Yep, he's afraid of zombies, afraid of Dracula, believes in Santa Claus. Greatest war criminal ever. So let's take a look again at some of the other camos we get. Where is it? Yep, here's a Tigrex camo. I like this one too. It kind of looks like the Pain a little bit. It looks like something else. I feel like I've seen a lot of like plastic toy helicopters. They try to go for like a desert camo, but like do orange and gray tiger stripe. What does this do? Knock enemies out with a single roll. That's pretty useful. And then Gear Rex just kind of looks like a gray splitter, but it's a neat pattern. Steal Psych from enemies after grabbing them. Okay, so it works like that element of the Saros camo. So the Saros camo has been sort of split up between the sneaking suit and the Gear Rex camo. That's interesting. And do we get naked variations of those? No, I don't imagine. No, but we're gonna continue with the battle suit because it's the most useful. And okay, how do I want to do this? I think I want you, and I want you, and I want the Fulton launcher, also known as the Man Grabber. There's a mission I said we'd go back to with this to get a man who is out of bounds, and we're going to see how that works here, sort of. We can't Fulton the dinosaurs, unfortunately. That's not something we can do, but the missile does do psych or stamina damage. Meow. So, why am I going in with non-lethal stuff? Well, much like actual Monster Hunter, you can further increase the odds of getting rare drops by capturing a monster rather than killing it. The way you would want to do that is basically, oh, you know? I can't remember how by the Monster Hunter rules this goes. I don't know if I have to get it down to half health. But what you would want to do is cut off the tail, break the horns, and then tranquilize it. And you get the highest likelihood of the rare drops. Now again, that doesn't guarantee.
Where's that thing come from?
Its mouth. And it shot me. Unless you mean the monster itself, in which case, cause. I mean, we've already seen this. Alright. So, I think that does the most. Kind of have to, like, DPS with it. Yeah, because that's way less. Oh, right, and you want to get its head primarily, too. I remember that. Let's see. Let's see how this goes. Oh boy, that reload takes a while. I'm not going to do all of these, but I wanted to at least show the Twilight version of Rathalos. And of course, we can just get those guys. I think if they are asleep, they stay in the field longer, so more won't come out and ruin our day as readily. You're also trying to get head primarily? I mean, that's not exactly what I said, but that is a very core in response to what I said. Okay, I think the... Oh! Oh, jeez. I think this might be my best bet, is sticking with this thing. As it tends to be, the entire game is just sticking with this thing. Suppressed tranquilizer sniper rifle. I think I said it back at the beginning, but, you know, either they never should have let you have this, or they always should have let you have this, because, oh man. There we go. Oh! Well, hey, that helped me, thanks. That, less so. I do like this sunset beach here. Again, this game is aesthetically very nice. I do find a lot of people nowadays, in the year of our Lord, 2K25, a lot of people tend to like low poly, you know, pre-360 visuals. So, like, you know, anything from, like, 90s, early 2000s 3D. It seems like it's becoming more popular. And it might just be simply because each game looked unique. You know, even games like Metal Gear was kind of always going for realism, but was just limited by hardware and the times. So it kind of created what became stylistic. Kind of like I was saying with the cutscenes. I like the... Gonna need to just give myself a little spritz here. Oh, there we go. There's the spritz. The comic book style cutscenes, I feel like, fit the style more. And even, like, graphically, yeah, like, this is definitely going for realism, but it's not entirely realistic. Everything, you know, every texture, every polygon, very deliberate. Funny enough, that seems to work pretty well. I think the DPS, or I guess the stamina, the SPS, not to be confused with the PSP that this was originally on, I think might be a little better with the Hush Puppy, but then I can't hit it from far away. Alright, let's have a little snack. Seems like this game did a lot of things right. Weird? Yeah, like I said, the 1-2 punch of this and then Rising coming out, boy, Metal Gear felt like it really was sort of in a renaissance. It felt like, oh nice, these games are just going to be good forever now, huh? We figured it out, we worked out all the kinks, we cleaned up the story. Again, this game delves a lot into the AI stuff, which... There's something interesting to be said about how Metal Gear works, in that it's not really a continuous story. This game's not really a Snake Eater sequel or a Portable Ops sequel. It is, but it's more so a game that came out after MGS4, so they have to talk about AIs a lot because that's just how this series was directed. Every game is most affected by the prior released game. That is why you have to play these in release order. Not chronological order, because it's not going to make any sense if you play in chronological order. Release order is going to make way more sense. Just thematically and ooh, hey. Easy there with that frame rate buster. Oh? Oh, we did it. There we go. Look at him. Look at that adorable little guy. He's just taking a snooze.
Target is down.
So we might get something from this? I don't know. It's always hard to tell. But yeah, you know, Metal Gear was in a very good place at this point. Oh, we got an S rank even. Look at that. Even though that took like 75 minutes. Or 8. We got an S rank. Now, it usually tells you if you get a rare drop. So I don't think I did get a rare drop, but yeah. Yeah, it would be very weird, the game that would come out after Rising. And not be this, like, masterful in any sense of the word. Anyway, we get Twilight variations of the other monsters, but then we get some interesting ones with Gear Rex. Showdown at the Crater Base, and Gear Rex Strikes Back. So the Crater Base is an interesting one. Gear Rex shows up at the Crater Base, where we fought the Pupa. And then Gear Rex Strikes Back.
You're not going to believe this. Suddenly we've got a Gear Rex on board Mother Base, and it's raising hell up on the deck. I don't know what we did to piss it off, but this is the biggest crisis in MSF's history. We need you to hunt it down and save our Outer Heaven.
Oh, we're just casually using Outer Heaven now? Okay. This is post-game. Yeah! So we actually get a mission on Mother Base. Now, this is going to be a bit of a spoiler, because we're going to see this stage at another point in the game. But still, this one and the Crater Base one are pretty cool, just because you get to see a big monster not on the island there. So we're going to do our best. I don't know if I'm going to be able to complete this, especially non-lethal, but I'll try it. Oh, he's a chompy boy. Steel-fanged king. So, this is a much larger area, and we don't have to deal with his little fellows.
Defend Mother Base. Get Gear Rex under control.
So we can put down some of these. And let's do what we can. Whoops! I was gonna say do what we can to avoid getting hit, but it didn't happen. Oh! Here we go! He notices it! Look at him! Look at that funny guy. He's got little hearts over him. So yeah, that just sort of locks them in place for a little bit. Lets you get some free shots. It's cute. Oh, jeez!
Snake? You okay? Come on, shake it off! Snake!
I forgot it was that hard, that he one-shots you even with the armor. Well, that's fine. You got to see the reaction to the cookbook. That's the important thing. I'm not going to worry about doing that in that case. There is one more mission I want to do, however. And that is the final version of the Puyon mission? No. The penultimate Puyon mission.
Someone's planning to extract enemy soldiers via Fulton Recovery. Thwart their attempt by shooting down the balloons. We're calling this the Puyon mission. Support our troops. Shoot those balloons.
So you might have noticed it, but the reason I want to do this one... You know, let's... Hey. Let's be naked. Yeah, that's good. Let's go with that. The reason I wanted to do this one is because it takes place on the Monster Island. And it's the only mission where you can take a look at the environment without, you know, immediately dying from large monsters stomping all over you. And also, it's Puyon Mission. We love Puyon Mission. So I think it said if, yeah, we miss even 2 of them, then we will fail, which is not great. Again, like I said, just keep these missions in mind, you know, and these characters and all of that, because they talk a lot about every single game, for the well, except for 2. Most of these games, I was like, oh man, I don't want to go forward. I like each of these games a lot for what they are as a video game, and I don't want to be done with them, you know. Oh geez, look at that. And this game especially, man, I don't want to move on from this because this is actually fun and silly.
Head for the recovery zone. We'll pick you up there.
So is this where? Oh, I didn't bring any rations, but
That's a barbecue spit. You can use it to roast food, even rations.
yeah, look, we can cook nothing.
Action button.
Incredible. I love this game.